This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. To find out more, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Written by Jeezy333. The Dark Alchemist and the Witches of the Wild. Narration by Liliana. Voice 13.
By David Gregg. Date: Saturday the 11th of November 2023, 11:11 a.m. AUDIOBOOK 333 audiobook published story.
Chapter 1.
In an enchanted land, there lived a man named Dav. He was known throughout the realm as a psychological sorcerer, an alchemist, and a mystic with unparalleled wisdom. With his piercing blue eyes and silver-streaked dark blonde hair, Dav possessed an air of mystery and intrigue that drew people towards him like moths to a flame. At the age of 33, Dav's consciousness and focus shifted dramatically. Something within him snapped, causing him to question the very fabric of his existence and reality. It was as if he had peered into the depths of his soul and encountered a vortex of truth. This profound awakening left him forever changed, on the precipice of a possible existential breakdown. As his perspective altered, Dav found that the once cherished companions who had walked by his side no longer understood his fascination with the occult and esotericism he studied in the ancient mystery school teachings that now consumed his mind, body, and him on a whole. The people, they feared his knowledge, labeling it as madness and casting him aside. They laughed behind his back and spread malicious rumors from hearsay and narrow-mindedness. With a heavy heart, Dav was left to traverse the treacherous path of darkness alone, carrying the burden of enlightenment with courage and determination. Within the shadows, Dav sought solace in his relentless pursuit of knowledge. He delved into forbidden tomes, deciphered ancient scrolls, practicing demonology and religious doctrines from all over the world. This filled him with knowledge beyond his wildest dreams. Still, this came at a price, as he was communed with mysterious entities, spirits, deities, demons, and unseen dark forces that dwelled in the ethereal plane. It was during one of these solitary excursions into the depths of the occult that he stumbled upon a hidden house. Very well hidden, inside there was concealing a number of breathtaking and hypnotically beautiful witches who dazzled Dav's eyes. These enchantresses, well versed in the arts of magic and mysticism, recognized the spark within Dav's eyes. Drawn to his energy like magnets, they beckoned him forward, offering him a place amongst their coven. In their emerald robes, with cascades of raven black hair and ethereal voices that mesmerized his ears, they provided Dav with the sense of belonging he had yearned for in this newfound chapter of his life. Under the mentorship of these enchanting witches, Dav's powers grew immeasurably. They guided him through the intricate rituals of sigil magic, teaching him the secrets of manifesting his desires through the creation and activation of sacred symbols. Through their teachings, the once lost sorcerer discovered that his thoughts had the power to shape his reality. Embracing their ethereal techniques, Dav furthered his exploration by combining them with the use of psychedelics. The mind-altering substances allowed him to traverse realms beyond the physical, granting him visions and profound insights. Each journey propelled him towards a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things and the vastness of the cosmos. However, as Dav's powers flourished, a dark and sinister force crept closer to his newfound haven. A fanatical group, known as the Brotherhood of Light, deemed his practices heretical and threatened to extinguish the beacon of enlightenment that Dav and the witches had illuminated. One ominous night in the year 2023, as a full moon cast an eerie glow upon the land, the Brotherhood descended upon the hidden glade. Arrows soared through the night, accompanied by the clash of steel against steel. Amidst the chaos and the cries that pierced the air, Dav and the witches fought valiantly, their sigils shimmering with a potent energy. As the moon reached its zenith, Dav gazed upon the face of his adversary, a high-ranking member of the Brotherhood, fueled by zealous determination. With a final surge of power, Dav drew upon the depths of his knowledge and unveiled a sigil of immense force. The symbol blazed with an otherworldly light, disintegrating the dark figure into nothingness. The battle won, Dav and the surviving witches stood amidst the wreckage of their once sacred glade. Though wounded and weary, they remained steadfast. Their love for the mystical arts and their unyielding belief in the power of enlightenment could not be extinguished. Together, they vowed to rebuild their sanctuary, their spirits unbroken. Dav, his journey through darkness finally affirmed, understood that his purpose lay not in appeasing others but in illuminating the way forward for those who sought truth. With renewed determination, he would continue to walk his path, regardless of the solitude it entailed, for he knew that the pursuit of enlightenment was a journey that few could comprehend, but one that held unimaginable wonders. Answer. As the first rays of dawn peered through the charred remnants of the glade, Dav and the surviving witches began to rebuild, intertwining their power and resilience to create a haven where wanderers of the occult could find solace in their shared understanding. In this hidden realm, illuminated by the beauty of the esoteric, they would wait for kindred souls to join them on their extraordinary journey.
End of Part 1. Part 2. The Revenge.
Between Dav the witches and within no time, the media attention was rife. The Brotherhood of Light, also known as the Crystallis or Illuminati, was secret society of bastards. They were vast in members and those involved are in the government, the media including television, the tabloids and headlined all the news broadcasts. Lies and propaganda about the violent encounter with Dav and the witches whom fought by Dav's side, 12 of which were the most powerful witches. Only 5 were left, 3 brutally killed, then drenched in petroleum and burnt to cinders. They were then tossed into a well of acid. The other 2 were overwhelmed by tens of the bastard Brotherhood. They beat them fists, feet, and battered with what seemed like granite baseball bats. They were bound and gagged. Still unconscious, they were dragged by their hair, thrown into a matte black Land Rover. They sped off, and after we fought and defeated the Brotherhood members and the Solomonic magic Dav used was so powerful to blast the leader from the physical and expelled into the metaphysical, dissolved. We knew the forest well and went deep within and down deep underground. Some time passed, 1 maybe 2 years went by. We used witchcraft to tap into the ether. Dav had gathered around 2,000 arcane graduates, witches from far and wide, alchemists, wizards and archmages, some of the wisest. We gathered Shaolin monks, masters of Qigong. Dav and any attempts to stop the hypnotic spell and advances by the witches was futile. It was Thelema that accelerated the power, and Dav adopted many forms of knowledge including how to access destruction magic, conjurization, possession. He could levitate and how to communicate telepathically. They have worked hard living in hiding, wanted for murder, but the true bloodshed has yet to begin. Dav the people and these powerful enchantresses, the witches of the wilds. Dav told them all the time has finally come. We attack and slaughter these bastards at dawn. We are ready. We will leave when not one Illuminati scum are left. They will all die. He urged the people and witches to go prepare. We set off in a short while. It was during one of his visits to the witches' coven that a grave revelation came to light. The mystical sisters whispered of an ancient prophecy. Put an end to this treachery and avenge the lives lost. Dav made it his mission to gather an army. With the help of the witches, he sent out a call to arms, seeking brave souls who shared his desire for justice. To his astonishment, 14,400 like-minded individuals from all corners of Evermore answered his plea. Months passed, and the day of reckoning loomed ever closer. Dav stood at the head of his formidable army, his heart pounding with a mix of determination and fear. The time for a surprise attack was nigh, and his plan had been carefully crafted. He knew the risks, understood the price that might be paid, but he could not let the darkness prevail. The battle erupted, a clash of magic and steel. The cries of the fallen and the agony of the wounded filled the air, as thick as the stench of death. The Illuminati bastards put up a fierce fight, their malevolence evident in every move. Yet, despite the odds, Dav and his comrades pushed forward, their resolve unyielding. Hours turned into an eternity as the forces clashed. The sight of blood-soaked fields and the haunting echo of despair reverberated in their souls. Still, they fought on, their hopes pinned to the dream of a brighter future. As the dust settled and the adrenaline began to wane, the survivors, bruised and broken, searched for their leader. They called out his name, their voices laced with desperation. But their pleas were met with silence, an agonizing silence that spoke volumes. With heavy hearts, they scoured the battlefield, every step filled with dread. And there, amidst the carnage, lay Dav's dismembered body, a cruel testament to the price they had paid for their cause. A collective gasp of disbelief and anguish escaped the lips of his loyal followers. Defeated by grief and disbelief, the witches and the remaining 33 shattered souls bowed their heads, their sobs muffled by the weight of their loss. The once vibrant field turned into a mausoleum of broken dreams, the reality of Dav's terrible murder sinking into the very bones. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but the pain of that fateful day did not fade. Some of the survivors, unable to bear the burden any longer, chose to leave, seeking solace elsewhere. But others, a brave few, remained, the determination unshakable. Together, the witches and the grieving souls carried on Dav's legacy. They continued to fight the Illuminati, drawing strength from the memory of their fallen leader. And in the face of adversity, they found resilience, a flicker of hope burning within their hearts. Their battles were hard fought, their victories bittersweet. But through it all, they honored Dav's sacrifice, knowing that their struggle was not in vain. And as the sun set on a victorious yet heart-wrenching chapter in Evermore's history, they vowed to remember their beloved leader, carrying his spirit with them always. The end.